Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the next topic, that is faces, edges and vertices. Take out your textbook, page number 164. Here you can see three figures. These figures are called polyhedrons. Why these are called polyhedrons? Because each of these solids are made of polygon regions which are known as faces. You have already studied about faces, so you know that these are the faces. Also these faces meet at the edges, so these are the edges, and these edges meet at a point which are known as vertices. So this polyhedron has how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This has how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 vertices. This is a cube. It has how many vertices? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this way you can count vertices, faces and edges. Edges are these line segments. So all the line segments are edges and faces are the front portion, the side portion, the top portion and the bottom portion are known as faces. So such solids are called polyhedrons. Now you can see other examples of polyhedrons. These are also polyhedrons, as they are made up of line segments or polygons, but these are not made of polygons. You can see their curved portion. This is also curved, and cone, the upper portion is curved. So these are solids, 3D shapes, but they are not polyhedrons as they are having curved surfaces. So the solids which are having curved surfaces are not polyhedrons. So you had just now studied about polyhedrons and non-polyhedrons. How are they different? They are different with the surfaces. You can see here this surface is curved. Here cone, the top portion, the base is a flat surface, but this is a curved surface. It is also known as lateral surface. Similarly in cylinder, the top and the bottom bases are flat surfaces, but this is curved surface, or you can also call lateral surfaces. So these are all non-polyhedrons as they are made up of curved surfaces. Now moving on further, this is a convex polyhedron. You had studied about convex and concave quadrilaterals in the previous chapters. The same thing here. These two are convex polyhedrons and these are not convex polyhedrons. Regular polyhedrons I had just now explained. A polyhedron is said to be regular if its faces are made up of regular polygons and the same number of faces meet at each vertex. Means all the faces should be congruent to each other, then they are called regular polyhedrons. Just now I had given an example of a regular polyhedron. Here you can see a regular polyhedron cube which I had explained just now, and this is not regular as you can see the two vertex A and B. If I consider the first vertex A, three faces are meeting. This triangle is the first face, this is second face, and one at the back side, third faces. But if you see the vertex B, four triangles are meeting. This the base of this triangle 1, this is 2, this is 3 and one at the back side. So four faces are meeting at B. Since they are not congruent, means the number of faces are not equal at the two vertexes, it is an irregular polyhedron. Now let us understand about prism and pyramids. So you can see the examples of prism and the example of pyramid. What is the difference you find in them? Here the prism, the opposite faces are of same shape. This is a cuboid. The opposite faces, in this all the opposite faces are of same shape. So obviously it is a prism. In this you can see the top face is triangle and the opposite face is also triangle. So this is a prism. But in pyramids there is a common vertex. One common vertex where all the faces meet. So this is the common vertex. Here there is no face on the top. So it is a pyramid. Similarly here only one common vertex is there. This. But you can see the base of the pyramid here. It is of triangle shape. So we can call it as a triangular pyramid. Here the base is of a shape of rectangle. So we can call it as a rectangular pyramid. If the base is of square, we can call it as a square pyramid. So depending on the base, we can name the pyramids. So we can say that a prism is a polyhedron whose base and top are congruent. You can see the base and top are congruent. And whose other faces, that is lateral faces, are parallelograms in shape. You can see the other faces are parallelogram. This is a rectangle, the another face is also a rectangle, and this face is also a rectangle. So they are parallelograms. Such are known as prism. Whereas a pyramid is a polyhedron whose base is a polygon, but whose lateral faces are triangles with a common vertex. So here you can see the vertex is common. So this is the basic difference between a prism and a pyramid. Now the very important formula, that is called Euler's formula. This is the basic formula that F plus V minus E must be equal to 2 for any polyhedron. For any polyhedron, this F plus V minus E must be equal to 2. This formula is known as Euler's formula, very important formula, where F is number of faces in a polyhedron, V is number of vertices in a polyhedron, and E is the number of edges in a polyhedron. So if this equation satisfies, then we can say that it is a polyhedron. Now moving on to exercise 10.3, question number 1. Can a polyhedron have for its faces 3 triangles? Means with the help of 3 triangles, can you make a polyhedron? No, you cannot make a polyhedron with 3 triangles. It is not possible. Because if you take a triangle as its base, it has 3 sides. Can a polyhedron have for its faces 3 triangles? Means with the help of 3 triangles, can we make a polyhedron? Is it possible? If we take a triangle at its base, we have 3 edges. So if we'll take 3 edges as one of the face, then here we need one triangle with this edge, we need one triangle with this edge, and we need one more triangle with this edge. So total we need 1 this and 3 with this. So we need 4 triangles. So for the first question, it is not possible. Now for the second, 4 triangles. Just now we have discussed that yes, we can have a polyhedron with 4 triangles, 1 at the base and 3 at the edges. And so all the edges will meet at a vertex. So it will become a pyramid, triangular pyramid. So yes, 4 triangles, yes, it is possible. And what it will become? It will become a triangular pyramid. Next is a square and 4 triangles. So if we take a square, third one is a square and a 4 triangles. So if I draw a square, it has 4 edges. With one edge, I can draw one triangle with another, third and the fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles and square as a base. So yes, it is possible. And what figure do you get here? It is a square pyramid. Question number 2. Is it possible to have a polyhedron with any given number of faces? Yes, it is possible, but the number of faces should be equal to 4 or greater than 4. Number of faces should be equal or greater than 4. Now, next question number 3. Which are prisms among the following? These are 1, 2, 3, 4 figures. Which are prism? What is the condition of the prism? That the top and the bottom faces should be same shape. So you can see this is a hexagon shape and the bottom face is also an hexagon. So this could be a prism. Similarly, cube is also a prism. The top and the bottom faces are same. So it could also be a prism. Here the top and the bottom are not same. So it is not a prism. Here the top and the bottom face are not same. So this is also not prism. So out of these 4, the second and the fourth number are prisms. Question number 4. 1. How are prism and cylinders alike? Now you can see this is a cylinder, this is an example of a prism. How they are alike? That the top face and the bottom face are congruent or same. Here also the bottom face and the top face both are flat surface and of circular shape. So this way they are alike, that both the top and bottom faces are same. Fourth question, second part. How are pyramids and cones alike? If I draw a pyramid, this is a pyramid, this is a cone. How they are alike? That both have a common vertex. So both have a common vertex, hence they are alike. Next question, is a square prism same as a cube? Yes, a square prism can be same as a cube, but it can be cuboid also. So a square prism can be a cube or can be a cuboid. Next is sixth question, verify Euler's formula for these solids. Now we have to verify Euler's formula for this. First, for Euler's formula, we have to find the number of faces, number of vertices, number of edges, and we have to apply the formula. Now, question number 6, verify Euler's formula for these solids. Question number 1, for these solids, we have to verify Euler's formula. For that, we have to count number of faces, number of vertices, number of edges. Now you can see this is a pentagon. So it has 5 line segments. So 5 faces on here, this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces on side. And 1 face on top and 1 face at the bottom. So 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7. So total how many faces? 7. Similarly, vertices, obviously these are the vertex points, common points. So 5 here and 5 below. So 10 vertices. Edges you have to count like this. So these are 5. Similarly 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 with this 10. And at the bottom also 5. So 10 plus 5, 15. Now we have to apply Euler's formula. So Euler's formula is equal to F plus V minus E is equal to 2. We'll place the values which we found just now. Face is 7, so instead of F we'll write 7, plus vertices are 10, so we'll write vertices 10, minus edge are 15, so we'll write minus 15, which should be equal to 2. So 7 plus 10 is 17, minus 15, which is 2. 2 is equal to 2, hence verified. Similarly, now we'll move on to the second question. The second is this. We have to again count the faces. How many faces it has? Here you can see this is a cuboid. So 1, 2, 3, 4 faces sideways. One is at the bottom, 5, one is at the top. But the top is inside, so that will not consider. So 5 and 4 triangles, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So total number of faces is 9 in this case. Vertices you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices up, 4 vertices down. So 4 plus 4 8 plus 1 here 9. So vertices is also 9. Now we have to count the edges. Edges is how many? So you can count from here the line segments. Total 12 edges we have in a cuboid plus 4 at the top. So 12 plus 4 16. Now with this we have to again verify Euler's formula. For that Euler's formula we just now count faces, vertices and 16. We'll put the values here. Number of faces is 9. Number of vertices is 9. Number of edges is 16. 9 plus 9 is 18. Minus 16 is 2. Here right hand side is 2. So our Euler's formula is verified. Hence verified. Now moving on to the question number 7. Using Euler's formula find the unknown. Here faces is unknown. So first we'll write what is given. Face is unknown. Let it be x. Vertices is 6. So V is equal to 6. Edges is 12. So E is equal to 12. Now applying Euler's formula. F plus V minus E is equal to 2. Putting the values, face I have written x, so let it be x. Vertex is 6, edges is 12 and total right hand side it should be 2. First we'll simplify this. X will remain x. Now plus will remain plus. 6 minus 12 is minus 6 is equal to 2. So when we'll take minus 6 on that side of the equation, it will become plus 6. So this is equal to 2 plus 6. So x is equal to 8. Hence number of faces is 8. Similarly, you can find for the rest 2. Here you have to find vertices. Here you have to find edge. Instead of vertex, you can write x. Instead of edge, you can write x and find. So I am giving you question number 7, part 2 and 3 homework and question 8 as homework.